There's 4 teams who have a very real chance of winning this competition. We've covered the dark horses and you can check those out in the 4 videos up here or in the end card at the very end of this video. But this is the top dogs, the 4 teams that are very likely to meet in the semi-finals of the World Cup this summer in Russia. We're going to begin with Spain, not least because 24 hours before the World Cup starts, Spain decided to sack their manager and cause all sorts of havoc to their preparation. Hierro has been involved with the national team for 10 years. He obviously captained the side as a player, but upon retiring, he became a director of football with the under-20s and the men's first team. He's also served as an assistant at Madrid and did a season at Real Oviedo as boss before returning to the national team as sporting director. I don't remember his Oviedo side, but I don't think his tactics that he'd have employed there are going to bear any resemblance to what he's going to be playing with the embarrassment of riches that he's got at his disposal in his Spanish side. I think this late in the day he's just going to let the players play and keep the tactics to look at the opposition strengths and let the natural talent and ability of this side shine through. So let's look at those strengths. Following their poor performance at the 2014 World Cup, which saw them knocked out in the group stage, many people could be overlooking Spain's chance of success this summer. The squad is absolutely teeming with quality. That back four has got a great blend of experience and energy. Pique and Ramos could be the best centre-half partnership at the World Cup. Albert and Odriozola provide quality both in attack and defence. The midfield is an absolute joke. Busquets, Thiago, Silva, Isco, Iniesta, what a platform to play from. But they're not perfect and they will have their weaknesses. Spain have often been criticised for lack of a plan B in previous tournaments when they was embarrassed in Brazil, they was ordinary in Euro 2016, and they can often struggle if the tiki-taka fails to break teams down. But even the tiki-taka that they used to play has been bastardised while they search for a new identity. Spain currently hold possession with Ramos and Busquets and Iniesta, but it's not really tiki-taka the way it was at the peak of its powers around Spain's dominant back-to-back tournament wins. They're trying to be a little bit more direct, but they lack the goals. They lack the killer up front that can close a game out. Morata hasn't even gone and Diego Costa is not the answer up front. He only scored 3 goals in La Liga this season and he's not been prolific in the Spanish side. That being said, Spain were arguably the most dominant team in European qualifying as they finished 5 points clear of Italy at the top of Group G. The only time they dropped points in the entire campaign was away to Italy. They scored 36 goals in total, conceding only 3. Let's have a look at their tactics then. So Lopetegui normally set his side up in a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, which saw Thiago play a really important role in the middle of the park. I think the 4-2-3-1 is the best formation and it's the way that they can utilise all of their midfielder options and ensure they dominate games by keeping all the possession. I expect Hierro to continue with this and I would go with the following as a starting 11. Obviously in net, David De Gea is going to be the one that takes up the position in goal, and I think they couldn't ask for a better goalkeeper in world football. Yes, he made a bit of a mistake a couple of weeks ago, but let's not hold that against the guy. He's been in blistering form for 5 years, something like that now. I wouldn't want anybody else in between the sticks. He's at the right age now to potentially go on and win a tournament and to have an excellent time at the tournament. In front of him, he's got arguably the best back four in world football. As we've mentioned, we've got Odriozola, who's deservedly kept Bellerin out of the squad. He's been fantastic. Albert at left back, Pique and Ramos. Name me a better back four in this World Cup. Name me a better back five in this World Cup. I'm not sure you can. Just in front of them, you've got the absolute excellence and brilliant technical ability of both Thiago and Busquets. And then just in front of them, you've got the people who are going to unlock any door. You've got Iniesta, you've got Isco, you've got David Silva. The big issue has to lie with Diego Costa for me. Diego Costa is the weak link in this side. Every single other position in this team you go, oh, that's perfect. The main issue that I think they're going to have aside from Diego Costa is identity, tactical nous. Changing manager 24 hours before a tournament starts, I don't think has been a great idea. The politics behind it, that's just Spanish football. I guess that was something that they didn't want to deal with. But we've seen with managers going into tournaments beforehand when they've been named as manager and then they've gone on and had excellent tournaments, unexpectedly excellent tournaments when they've been named as a club manager going into that tournament. As I said earlier, this could be the lineup 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3. I expect it's going to be pretty fluid. You could also expect Koke to be drafted in or Sol Niguez if they're looking for that little bit of extra bite in midfield. But who is the key player? With Spain likely to struggle for goals at one end, I think it'll be keeping teams out at the other where Spain excel. With David De Gea in net, arguably the best back four in the tournament, I would expect Ramos' leadership to be what carries Spain over the line. If they can keep clean sheets, they'll find a way to grab a goal at the other end. In the biggest of games, very often Ramos pops up with that all-important goal, doesn't he? Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to subscribe for more World Cup content. Tonight I have got episode 1 of Meat Pie coming out. and I'd love you guys to come and join us. It's going to be a light-hearted look at what's going on in the World Cup. It's not really going to be analysis, it's just going to be a fun. We're going to be drinking some beer, we're going to be looking at what's going on Twitter, and you guys definitely need to be checking it out. That's going to be Thursday night, Tuesday night and Sunday night, right the way throughout the World Cup. First episode is tonight. Come and join us. I'll see you there. Laters.